Okay, everybody, let's recap the lesson. So what we're doing today, and I'm just going back through it, is we're looking at solving exponential equations, okay? So if you look on these examples, it's 3 to the x. So we're solving for x in the exponent. Well, we said that, first of all, they have to have the same base. They have to have the same base. And so we have learned that if they have the same base, you can eliminate the bases and just solve for x. Okay, so, wow, a lot of numbers here. So we shifted gears. We wrote down every possible base. So base 2, we said, okay, well, 2 to the x power, so 2 to the 1, 2 to the 2, 2 to the 4. So we wrote down every possible value of 2 to some power. 2 to the 6, 64, because it's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And then we did all the 3s. We got all the values for any 3 to any power. We did the 4s, and if you want to copy these down, write these down, that's a great idea. We also start about negative exponents. So negative exponents make fractions. So for instance, 2 to the negative 1 is 1/2. 2 to the negative 2 is 1 over 2 squared, which is 1/4. 2 to the negative 3 is 1 over 2 cubed, which is 1/8. We did the same thing with the 3s. We had all the base 3s, and we did the same thing with the 4s. And then finally we thought, well, what if we hit some 5s? So we hit some 5s, 5 squared, 5 cubed, 5 to the 4th. And then there are occasionally some 6s in there, but hopefully you can figure out what those 6s are. So now we have that information with all the bases, with our notes. Okay, let's do this homework assignment, okay? Or let's do our notes. So 3 to the x. So let's change it to the same base, base 3. So 81. Is 81 a base 3? So we have our notes. Sure enough, 81 is 3 to the 4th. So I wrote 3 to the 4th. Same base, cross out the bases, solve for x is 4. 16 and 2, base 2. I want to change it. 16 base 2 is 16 base 2, so look through it. Oh yeah, 16 right there. 16 is equal to 2 to the 4th. So I rewrote that as 2 to the 4th. Once I get the same bases, I can cross off or cancel the bases, and I can solve for x. And I got 2. 5 and 25. It's got to be base 5. I know that 25 is 5 squared. 5 squared, so instead of writing 25, I write 5 squared. And then I got the same bases, I can cancel the bases and just solve for x. I got x equals 6. Now 27, 9. You can't make 27 into 9. So what you have to do is make them both into base 3. Change them both. 27 is 3 cubed. And of course 9 is 3 squared. So I rewrote 27 as 3 squared. I wrote 9 as 3 squared. Sorry, 27 is 3 cubed. 9 is 3 squared. And then once I get the bases, I cancel out the bases and I just solve for x. I distributed, solve, and I got x equals 6. Okay? Now what about negative exponents? Well, we know that 1/2 is the same as 2 to the negative 1. So my base is going to have to be 2. 32 is also base 2. It's 2 to the 5th. So I went to base 2. I made that 2 to the negative 1 with the x. Don't forget the x. And 32 is 2 to the 5. Once I get the same bases, I cross them off and I solve. And I got x equals negative 5. Number 6, the hard one. Okay. Again, I have a negative exponent, so I made that 4 to the negative 1. I think I can go base 4. Base 4. So 64 is 4 cubed. So I can rewrite 64 as 4 cubed. Don't forget the x minus 4. I got the same base, so I can get rid of those. And then I just solve for x. I distributed, solved, and I got x equals negative 3. Okay, that's the lesson I had. And then I also had a homework assignment that dealt with the same types of things. All right, so that's what I have. If you want to copy some of these down in your notes, that'd be great.